involves data. The next piece of the puzzle is governance. This combines both public policy and private policy. This is maybe something that has become a lot clearer over the last few months with the news about the NSA and the leaks from Snowden and so on, that the government as well as corporations have a lot of policy pieces that are going to affect the way that these things are affecting communities and therefore affecting the resilience of those communities. Science. We have this new phrase called data science. I think what we're trying to do here is to maybe uncouple that and bring it back to science, and developing good hypotheses, being critical, all of these things that are embedded in capital S science that I think in some cases have been left behind, and also the ability to predict well using scientific methods and all kinds of things that are related to that. Technology was the #1 thing we talk about when we talk about big data, and we don't want to reduce its role by just making it one of 6, but we do want to kind of place it on its own and think about what are the types of technologies, predictive technologies, and so on that are built in with what we would call data science, and how we can be critical and careful when we're applying those things, but also some of the opportunity that exists within technology. We put a focus in our document on open source technology and using open source technologies, not just because it's a feel-good thing to do, but because we think it actually bolsters resilience. By using technology that's uncoupled from large corporations, it means you're uncoupling it from the policy side of that thing, but you're also making sure that your software platforms are going to last longer, and so on and so on. The second last one is place. And an easy way of saying this is that a project that works somewhere may very well not work somewhere else. A project that works somewhere and is helpful somewhere may be, in fact, destructive somewhere else. So when we're developing these types of strategies, it's really important to consider the place. And by that, we mean the natural environment and the built environment, but also things like the climate, neighborhoods, cities, so on and so on and so on. And then finally, this idea of socio-cultural context. So this is the types of behaviors that are inherent to a culture, but also these things that we would broadly call cultural activities. So arts, media, journalism that can really help bolster and strengthen these systems. I'm swinging back to ethics at the end because really this is the focus of our document. We've been using the term ethical resilience to think about how can we try to bolster resilience, but not taking steps that go so far that they remove the individual rights of the people who are involved. So I think I'm going to leave this slide up for our conversation.